What's up, cockmongers? And mothers of people whose people's mothers I fucked.
Oof.
I'm McStud.
And I'm Mrs. McStud. And I can't think of what Mongols mean.
Monger? I don't know. I really don't know the definitions of monger.
I've heard of it.
That's been something my cousins and I would say since we're kids. Like, shut up, Dick Monger. Or Peter Monger.
I thought it was eater.
It might be. I don't know.
A type of a... It might be. I'll have to Google it.
So in essence, I would be calling you like a cock gobbler.
Yeah.
Miss McStud, the cock gobbler. I need a shirt that says that. Gobbler of cock.
Seriously.
With a rooster on it. Happy Malt Liquor Monday. Monday is the favorite day of the week for everyone in America because it's the day back to work for the people that work Monday through Fridays. For those of you that work weekends and, random schedules, I don't know if it really matters to you.
True.
But for us banker hour folk, Monday is the best day of the week because we get to get back to the grind.
Is it?
Of working.
I wish it was that way.
I didn't get to work today because Miss McStud blew my back out.
The fuck I did.
Yeah, she was like, bent me over the counter and shoved a soup ladle in my asshole.
Depending on if I see any back spasms, if you'll go back tomorrow. Because you might think you're going back. I might lay that wall down. I've been known to do that.
Miss McStud thinks she has this law that she's going to lay down.
You know what? You'll be like, oh, I'm going to work. And then walk through the hallway and fall to your knees. I'm like, oh, you're not going to work.
First off, I'm just going to give you a little hard time real fast. That's one of those things, it's like, I think I brought it up before when they say they were murdered in cold blood. Who's buying all this cold blood to murder people in?
Seriously?
Now, you say you're going to lay down the law. Where is this law you're going to lay down? Is it like a blanket? Is
right
it
in my motherfucking head.
Is it a throw?
No, it's a thought.
Is it like a rug?
No, it's a thought, it's an idea, and that's what's...
Where do you lay it?
That's what happens.
Where do you lay it?
I tell you, I lay it right there.
Well, I've never seen
in your head, and in your ears, and...
Stop smacking me upside the head.
Well, stop fucking messing with me.
But you lay it right here, but I don't ever see this law. It's like an invisible... It's like... it's.
You know what? The sad thing is that you can give me a hard time all you want, but 98% of the time when I say that you're going to stay at home, you really do stay at home. And then, if not, if you try to go to work, then you never last a full day. So...
It's invisible law. It's like...
Now, let's just listen to that.
It's like trying to teach me about God.
Well, that's your stats there. I just showed you the stats.
Are you insisting that I check them?
I'm going to...
Check the stats? You always say better check the stats?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying I should do? Any of you dudes out there got a woman like this?
So you might think you're going, but you might not go. Because I haven't seen you that much today.
Because you chose not to. You
just fucking drive and drop me off places, and I'm there for fucking 5 hours.
I may have drove and dropped you off at your job, but I brought you breakfast. I brought you a quad fucking iced caramel macchiato. I think I got you snacks on Friday.
I always have all kinds of snacks.
Yes. I take care of you.
I know.
Then what are you talking about?
Well, it doesn't matter.
Well, all you do is come home with me. Be like, look, my butthole's inflamed. I really need to go home and sit on an ice cube.
I've had this throbbing irritation.
After I just refer to your butthole?
Yeah.
What's this throbbing irritation?
That's a pain in my ass.
Everyone that's a pain in your ass. I hope I'm not on that list.
No. My supervisors, my coworkers, it's my job in general, and it's getting old, and it's getting old real fast like.
Old like old balls?
Yeah. They're already done sagging down past my knees.
Oh, well, balls past the knees is not really a bad thing, especially if you're on the beach in some swim trunks, like shorter ones. It just kind of lets you...
like that guy you pointed out running down the fucking sidewalk, thank you.
Oh, yeah, so...
God, he looked like he had some gym shorts on like my daughter wears.
So we saw this guy in, running shorts, what'd you call those, marathon cross-country type shorts that are really short?
The only thing that I can think to compare them is, track shorts back in 1980.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the real red ones. I always seen pictures of like red and green ones with the stripes down the side. That's the only thing I can
really,
think
that's
of.
all he had on, minus some shoes and probably some socks. Like, damn, dude, throw a shirt on. Save some pussy for the rest of us.
God, I had this old fart.
Old
Walk in tonight about, it was almost 10. And he's got a prosthetic leg. He always comes in and he always just bitches.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, he said a few things. He's like, hey, do you know if your gas has menthol?
Methane?
I was like, does your gas have 10% methane? I was like, I don't know.
Like the pumping gas?
Yeah. And then he's like...
That's a random question.
And then he goes, oh God, I just lost my train of thought. What did you say just before it started on that?
You talking about old farts. Pains in your ass. Your supervisors, your coworkers.
But then he started talking about some random shit. He asked me about the gas. Then he's standing up and he's talking about Trump. He's like, what do women think about Trump? I was like, I don't fucking know. Well, you know, you're just afraid to tell. I was like, no, I really work too much to watch Trump or care about anything that's fucking going on
First off,
in the outside world.
And first off, if someone's going to ask you about politics, it's probably best just to avoid it because that's where arguments start.
The best thing is, though, is that this motherfucker put his card in and it beeped, beep, 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 beeped. And I just assumed it went through. I didn't look. It was my fault. So he walked out. And the next guy comes in and he bought a can of tobacco. And that guy's transaction was still on the screen. He didn't pay for any of his shit.
Really?
Yeah. And then he's like, he goes over to my candy aisle and he's like, Hershey with almonds. You don't have any. So he gave me the empty box. I was trying to fucking mop or sweep. And I said, okay. So I put it on the counter. He goes, no, do you have any more? I was like, you old fuck.
Do you see a warehouse inside here with stock that we just don't on? You guys don't keep that in the back, do you? Is that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's your guys' shit you do?
Yeah.
Oh, do you have any more?
Yeah, we did.
Did you get some for him?
Yeah. But I was fucking aggravated.
You know, in his defense, though, Hershey's with almonds are really fucking stellar.
But he walks in, like, every day it's something. Like, he walked in that one day, and I had mopped, and he's like, you didn't tell me it was a fucking lake. You told me you mopped.
Oh, that guy.
I'm like...
Was that guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, I asked you if I could get your stuff for you because you're walking around with a prosthetic leg.
Almonds are typically an older person nut. I bet he likes Almond Joy.
Probably. I was just fucking aggravated, and I wanted to get him the fuck out of my store.
Actually, almond and coconut's too older. Have you ever noticed the older people eat the coconut flavored shit or the Almond Joy or Mounds or?
That's just nasty.
My grandparents used to have. I can eat Mounds, not my favorite shit. Almond Joy, I'll eat some fucking Almond Joys. I like that shit.
My mom's favorite candy bar is probably Mounds.
Just the chocolate and coconut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she loves them nasty ass fucking snowball snack cakes.
Ugh, God.
God, she'd be like, girls, I got snack cakes, and we'd have this little tray in our top cabinet for after school. So one side would be chips and stuff, and then she would have this little thing that you pull out, and there's snack cakes in there. Thinks it's fucking snowballs. And there was only one kid that ate them. And I swear she got them just so she could make sure she had that shit. For herself. Because ain't nobody else ate that shit. My dad hated that shit, too.
See, one awesome, yet I think a little OCD thing my mom used to do is like when I'd start to eat something, she would buy in bulk. Remember I tell you about the ding dongs? So I'm eating, you know, I love ding dong. The snack cake ding dongs. not dicks. Not dicks, you know, the chocolate with the cream filling. I used to love some ding dongs in high school, so we'd have a couple boxes, and I, you know, at that time, I'm a teenager. I'm eating like a motherfucker, and they be gone. I'm like, okay, no big deal. So she comes home from work the next day and has like 4 boxes of ding dongs. And then she comes home the next day with like 4 more boxes. I'm like, I haven't had a chance to get into these ding dongs. That sounds so fucked
Which
up.
ones are ding dongs?
The round chocolate covered things, and they got the cream filling.
Oh my gosh, those are my favorite. My dad's favorite was e-cakes, and I didn't like e-cakes.
Those are decent.
I can't remember what the fuck they were actually called. He called them e-cakes.
Wasn't like a Swiss cake roll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's different.
Oh.
The ding dongs is the round ones with the E.
Looks
it's
like a chocolate hockey puck.
On the top. The swirl with the white icing.
Ding dongs?
No, that's e-cakes.
Zebra cake?
No, it's an e-cake.
Cupcakes?
Yes.
Oh, the cupcakes.
Oh, yeah. It
Chocolate
might just
cupcakes.
be called a cupcake.
Yeah, those are pretty good too, and the red velvet ones are pretty stellar.
But he called it e-cakes.
They might have been called that. Do you remember back when ding dongs were called king dons in certain areas of the country?
Negative.
Yes. And
But
they used
I
to
do
be
love
wrapped.
ding dongs.
They used
They're
to...
my favorite.
Oh, I know.
Sorry.
You do love the ding dong.
The ding dongs is all covered in chocolate.
Yes.
Like hard chocolate.
Usually comes in a 2-pack.
Yeah.
They used to
Oh,
come.
God,
They used to come individually wrapped in foil, in the packages.
That shows
I don't
your
know.
age.
Yeah, and they used to be called king dons. I'm like, what the fuck's a king don? It looks like a ding dong. Same packaging as a ding dong, same picture, but it's called a king don. I'm like, you can't change the name from ding dong to king don. First off, that makes it look like it's King Don's ding dong.
Maybe I should buy my kids some of them old school snack cakes, see if they eat them.
Yeah, this is true.
I've only bought them like
Well, my oldest loves ding dongs.
cosmic brownies and. Does she?
The snack cake.
I only have bought them cosmic brownies and fudge rounds.
Speaking, yeah, this is true. I bet they would like them.
Yeah, I do too.
Now, speaking of buying in bulk, when I was a freshman in college, my mom would buy me food every once in a while, and that's when Vanilla Coke first came out. It was like year 2000. Vanilla Coke had just been introduced. I love some Vanilla Coke. And my stepdad, we had these little metal frames on this little tiny cot bed, and he came up there and measured my bed, and he made a nice frame for my mattress so I could take the metal thing out, and I had storage underneath my bed. So I drank Vanilla Coke. A case is good for me. Next thing I know, when I go home for the weekend, she's got like 3 cases of Vanilla Coke. And I drink a lot of orange Gatorade. And I have like 6, 8 packs of orange Gatorade. So I have like this bulk closet underneath my bed of Coke and Gatorade. I was like, Mom, you gotta stop buying the Vanilla Coke. I can't drink it fast enough. She's like, well, it was on sale, so I got 2 more cases. I'm like, you don't gotta do that. Like, I'm good. I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's do it. And like,
just buy me beer.
I would have her do that too.
Oh God.
Well, when you can find someone that's 21 in college, I go home and tell her I wanted, and she'd buy it for me. Yeah.
Oof.
Yes, and I used to. We had a guy in the dorms that would cut my hair, and all he wanted was a 40-ounce of Bud Light. So like, Mom, give me 2 40s of Bud Light and get my hair cut, and give one to the dude who's gonna cut my hair. So he cut my hair in the dorms for a 40 of Bud Light. Mm-hmm. That's what you do in fucking the dorms. You kind of trade and barter, and we wanted alcohol, so.
Guess it works.
Like, give me a haircut. Here's your 40. Sometimes I get them too. I'm like, here you go. But that was back when the 40s were, the Bud Light 40s had like a thin neck, and they got real thick at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
You remember those?
Seeing them.
Yeah. And they had the old school logo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then once you're done drinking it, you could lube it up and you could like ride it if you're a girl.
No.
You're like, oh, fuck yeah, Bud Light.
Did you try that?
Huh?
Did you try that?
No. I'm not a chronic 40-ounce bottle fucker.
Well, I mean, it goes in your butt just as well as it goes in the vagina.
No, I don't want nothing in my
It's
butt.
the same size.
I don't want to know my butt. And I gotta be honest, when you talked about the guy with the prosthetic leg, you started to say prostate. Instantly in my head, I was thinking prostate. Then you finished with a prosthetic. I'm like, oh, thank God. That's how my mind works. Like, you can start to say something, it starts, like, if you're gonna say, we had some cocktails, Like I stop, my brain stops at cock. I'm like, oh, cocktails. Yeah.
I do that sometimes. Well, I stop speaking a lot of times in mid sentences or
Yeah.
mid words.
You do a lot of random
Yeah, I do.
things. The best is when I'm talking to Mr. McStudd. We'll have a whole conversation. We'll agree on it. Everything's good. 2 days later, I was like, "Hey, we gonna do this?" She's like, "What are you talking about?" What do you mean? What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? I was like, "We talked about doing this and this," and you were like, "Yeah, it's okay." She's like, "Oh, I probably wasn't paying attention." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
That's kind of scary, isn't it?
It is. Yet if I forget what you say, it's like, you just don't listen to me.
That's what happens.
That's some fucked up, repugnant bullshit right there.
Hey, in my defense, your job is like a physical job. My job is brain.
Yes. Well,
My brain is way overused.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. When I'm doing name tags and shit, I have to look at letters and these random numbers and shit. I get where you're coming from. 'Cause you're like, especially when I was trying to play catch up last year, that's all I seen. I'm like, this is before I had glasses too, and this is like kind of the breaking point of me coming to terms that I needed glasses. I'm like, I think I need glasses.
Like my head just goes and goes and goes and goes.
Yeah, sometimes we get up in the morning and like I'm just groggy as shit. And sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm on one. But most mornings I'm just like, ugh. And you're like, bam, 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 bam. I'm like, I don't know, babe. Yeah, that sounds cool.
It doesn't sleep. That's why I have to take melatonin every
And
once
I'm
in a
like,
while.
damn, like you're the one always wanting coffee before you start. And then you're like, you're just on it. Like, well, we need to do this. And it's like, wait a minute. Can we go back to like the first 3 things? Or like maybe the last 2. Like I'm just trying to drive and focus on that. So most of our conversation in the morning is just like driving conversations. Sometimes I'm just tired. And I'm like groggy. I'm not fully awake, and her brain just like bam. Oh, we need this. I'm like, what? Yeah.
I have to say shit as I think about it because after I say it, it's done. Like it's gone.
And then I'll forget about it too because I'm half groggy. Like, man, we talked about it in the morning. I was like, I know, I was tired. I tried to take it all in, but you were like, bam, we do this. I was like, I'm just trying to process.
I did that to Heather tonight.
And I'm just trying to process like the speed limit and the cars in front of me and maintain our safety.
Because she's like, hey, I'm going to go do this, and then I'm going to do this, and this, and this. I was like, oh, okay. I was ringing up a customer, I was getting cigarettes, I was doing all this shit. And and she went back to the back, I was like, hey, what did you say you were going to do?
Yeah. This happens. This happens at the house. Like, I'll tell you I'm doing something. Like, babe, what are you doing? I was like, baby, I just told you I was doing this. She's like, I was like, we just talked about it. She's like, well, I don't remember. But it's okay. I'm like,
I know.
I'm like, well, I'll be over there in a second. It's okay. Like, we just had a verbal agreement about this. And she's like, and you do that big sigh. I'm like,
And the more tired I am after...
the worse it gets.
Yes.
Yes, the worse it gets.
Like by Wednesday, I'll be brain dead.
Especially when it comes to like things we actually need to do or we talked about doing or stuff that just we actually absolutely have to do in the evening. It's like, she's like, what are you doing? She gets tired and the tired...
I got a tired whine.
The tired wife voice. I'm like, baby, I gotta get the coffee pot ready for us in the morning because you know we don't wake up very well. And she's like, okay. I'm like, well, we gotta have coffee because we probably ain't gonna wake up, and chances are we don't. We wake up for just enough time to get to work just on time, if not a few minutes late. I'm like, we gotta do it now because I need to get ready.
Yeah, and my supervisor goes, I was like, they just let this beep and stay here the whole time until I got here. Right in front of them this afternoon. And he goes, were you late? I was like, no, I always come in like a few minutes after 8. I was like, but they get here early, like 7:40, 7:30. And he goes, they sat here and let that beep the whole time? I was like, sure did. The bitch was still going off when I walked in. And he's like, oh my God.
Oh, I swear to God.
He's like, couldn't do it.
We're gonna switch positions because we're gonna talk about healthy living, and drinking water, and dribbling all over yourself.
Well, that's not healthy if you don't make it in your mouth.
Well, I was trying to tell you that yesterday, and you're like, "Well,
I make it all in."
It was just a huge load, and I couldn't take it all.
Well, that happens sometimes, but we don't talk about that.
What happened? Mixed up us with a fat nut. Wasn't expecting that one.
I try.
That shit fucking hit my uvula, and then I was like, ah, hey, that's a lot.
Oof.
What? 21 minutes.
Oh, I'm tired.
Yeah, you are tired. I got
to go sit down and watch TV.
I got the oven preheating. I'm about to have some pizza. It should be well preheated by now. Make some pizza. Have some dinner. Go to bed to a candlelight lit.
I don't want to eat dinner.
I'm gonna put rose petals on the bed sheets.
I'm really not really hungry.
Really? Are you really not hungry?
I would just want a snack.
You gotta eat.
I don't.
What did you eat today? Some half-ass salad, chicken salad bullshit.
I ate a half
In the
a
breakfast.
chicken salad sandwich
And the McGriddle I got you
McGriddle.
for breakfast. You gotta eat. Because what's gonna happen is if you don't eat the meat on this pizza,
Fuck.
then what's gonna happen is you're gonna wake up and it's gonna
If
start.
I listen to you, then you listen to me about your bag.
I always do, actually. I always do.
I know. But I don't always listen to you.
I know you don't.
I can say I will. I can try to make it work.
Yeah, that's kind of like a unfair.
I
Like,
try.
I always
sometimes.
listen I'm like, this makes sense, right? Because Lord, if I fucking, you better not fucking sweep that floor. I'm like, it's just a brim. You heard what I said.
Because how many times have you swept the floor and then your back ached?
This is a broom and a dustpan. I'm talking like that's
the broom is okay.
That's vacuuming.
But the problem is the dustpan is one that you have to hold down on the floor, which you can't do.
Yeah, I can hold a dustpan on the floor.
Now, if you want to get one of them stand-up ones.
I can hold a dustpan on the floor.
Oh, and sweep.
I haven't had any issues with that.
Yeah.
I really haven't.
Oh.
It's the vacuum.
Yeah.
And the mopping.
Yeah.
Which you told me not to do, and I did anyway.
You're not allowed to do that.
So here's a funny story. We don't have to mow the yard at the house we live in now. Our landlord does it. Now the other house we lived in was on the main street in town. A lot of traffic. And she will not allow me to use the push mower. Because like I'll mow the yard. I don't mind it. It's fine. We gotta mow the yard. But a lot of times my back is stiff and it kind of messes with me. So she's like, no, I'm mowing it. So she's in the yard mowing while I'm just sitting on the porch smoking a cigarette, watching her. And everyone's driving by watching me smoke this cigarette. And sometimes, if it was a nice day, we'd have some beverages.
Yeah.
So I'm just drinking my beverage and watching you mow. And I look like the biggest dick in the world. Well, my woman's out mowing the yard and I'm just sitting on the porch.
Oh, someone would
drinking and
actually
smoking.
honk at me and everything.
Yeah. I'm like, yes.
And I don't wear anything crazy, just
No.
capris.
Those are some nice capris, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Whatever.
I'm just saying, like, I was enjoying the view, but then it looks like I'm just, a woman's mowing the yard, and I'm just sitting there and got that bitch in check. I'm like, he's just watching that poor woman mow the yard. He should be doing it himself, and she should be inside. I wasn't allowed to mow the yard, god damn it.
I even did that after working out, too.
Mm-hmm. I snuck in a few times of mowing the yard. There was times when really you weren't able to.
Yeah.
And, like, you're like, why the fuck did you do that? Like, when else was it going to get done? It had to get done.
I started
I'm
playing
ready
games
to-
with the neighbors, too.
Oh, yeah. So we lived right beside this little ravine. There's a little tiny bridge. When we moved in, we were told by the landlord, the neighbors mow half, we mow half.
No, we were told that we mow it every other time.
Oh, yeah. It didn't work that way. It never got mowed.
So I had to sit there and fucking... Boy, I was shitty about that. So I started mowing half of it.
Mm-hmm. And that dude was a dick anyways.
He was. He
still
looks
is a
like a dick. He's still a dick.
He was like Captain Douchebag of the douchebaggery battalion of 1420 in Fortville. he was the douchebaggery battalion leader, actually. And, yeah. And sometimes he would be a real douchebag and, like, just mow a few strips.
Yeah.
And it sounded like, really? Captain Cocksucker. He walks around like, oh. I'm like, first off, dude, you're not muscular or you're just overweight. You're a big dude. Nothing wrong with that. But he's like throwing his overweightness around like...
On his woman.
Yeah.
Which we witnessed.
Yeah. A real piece of work right there. Like, someone should have took the... If I had my old...
The weed whacker.
If I had my old, my younger body, been nice to take the push mower and start swinging it around as it's on and just smack him upside the head blade first. I'm just saying.
So I was trying to look up weed eaters. This is way off subject. But I was trying to look up weed eaters today at Walmart. And when I went to type in, the search bar, it said, like, I typed in weed and it came up weed eater, weeds kill, and weed whacker. What the fuck's the difference between weed whacker and weed eater?
Well,
is there actually a difference?
Technically, when you're searching on the Walmart site, I don't think there's a product called a weed whacker. People just, that's like a slang term. Weed eater is an actual brand name. But everyone calls them weed eaters, no matter if it's like a, the brand name. Weed eater was like...
What the fuck is it actually called? A trimmer?
It's something stupid. But brush trimmer, some dumb shit. But weed eater is actual a brand name. Weed whacker is just what people came up with, and they searched for weed whacker, and I'm sure Walmart threw that in their search parameters.
Yeah,
for that.
Oof.
Yeah, weed whacker.
My dad used to call it that. I knew that. I just didn't know if everything.
Yeah,
my dad's a hick, so I didn't know if weed whacker and weed eater was actually the same thing, or if he said weed whacker is actually technically something different than weed eater.
Well, here's my thing. I'm not trying to whack any weeds. I want to cut them. Why can't they be called weed cutters?
Because whack sounds better.
Weed whacker just sounds like you're smacking to the side. It's going to grow back up.
Dick.
It's like it's like when you're mowing, you got those dandelions you blow, and it just pushes them over and kind of trims it halfway up.
Oof, that pisses me off.
And then the next day, as soon as the sun rises, they lift back up. You're like, oh, that's whacking a weed right there. That's not cutting a weed. That's just a pain in the dick.
Whack means cut.
Or whacking off. Never understood that one. You're not really whacking your cock. Whacking would be like whack. And you're not really...
Some people might really get off to that.
People call your hands dick beaters. You're not really beating your dick. You're just giving a good stroking. It's not beating it. Like if you beat it, it'll be bruised and hurt.
Are you done?
Like beating your meat.
Do you beat your meat?
Huh?
Do you beat your meat?
I've beaten my meat plenty of times in my lifetime.
Not anymore?
No, I don't have to.
Because I make damn sure.
Yeah, get you a woman to make sure you don't gotta fucking beat your meat. She'll beat it for you. With her vaginal canal.
Ugh. I wish I had energy today.
Yeah?
Because I kind of need it.
Oh, shit.
But I'm super tired.
Mrs. McStud just basically says she needs penetration of her vaginal orifice.
Oof.
I got the speculum.
No. I think it's just best if I go to sleep.
I was thinking about practicing at-home gynecology, but
I
you're
think
my only
you're
customer.
best at if you're practice putting that pizza in the oven.
Oh, we're working on that. I think you're best. You put that pizza in the goddamn oven. You rat bastard son of a bitch. Ugh.
But you can be my gynecologist too.
Okay.
After I eat pizza. Like, it's whether I'm going to eat or I'm going to go to sleep before I eat.
Mm-hmm.
So you better make your mind up.
Okay. Probably still sore from the other night.
It was kind of sore today. And my hip. My hip hurt.
Well, I gave you a good rogering.
Well, I needed that.
You had 2 tickets in Pound Town. You cashed them both in.
I always have an unlimited supply of tickets to Pound Town.
That's right. And you got both. Anyways, happy Malt Liquor Monday. Colt 45 works every time. I'm McStud.
I'm Mrs. McStud.
And we'll fuck your mothers later.
Oof.
What? I mean tomorrow. Tonight. Deuces.